Greetings, class. You've joined us at an opportune time. You're here in the land formerly known as Iceland. That is right, after many days of somebody commenting it over and over in the comments below. I have decided that we will rename Iceland based on our cultural melting pot here. Not literally, we are expecting an actual in-game cultural melting pot very soon, but our metaphorical cultural melting pot between the Han descendants of the Emperor, who of course settled and seeded this island, along with our original Norse ancestors. The combination of those two have led me to renaming the island to the Land of the Rice and Snow. Of course, a reference to, I assume anyway, Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song. Otherwise, that's a very bizarre... And somebody did also suggest a song of... Oh, God. They wanted rice and... It wasn't Rice and Fire, because that doesn't make much sense. There was another Game of Thrones put in there as well. I don't really remember. Either way, I've gone for this one, Land of Rice and Snow. Now, I also thought, because if you remember when we first settled Iceland, one of the mods updated, and it broke the letters on our provinces. So rather than Nordland, it said Norland, because that Th letter disappeared. So I thought I'd also go ahead and rename the individual provinces as well, based on the combination of our current Han culture characters, and of course the Nordic history associated with it. So what we have now are more kind of Chinese Mandarin takes on that. The problem is, in my infinite wisdom, not only were the Norse letters missing, but it turns out CK2 doesn't support pinyin letters, which is kind of the way to write Chinese in Latin script. So we've got it as close as I could get, because if I tried typing in the alt codes, it just threw up, like, random crap, because it isn't supported in CK2. So, I haven't studied much Mandarin. I have a little bit. I know all the tones. This is supposed to be first tone, which is essentially just like a little line above the vowel sound. So there is supposed to be a line above the O. Like I said, it didn't work. So now instead of it being what is meant to be a combination of the Mandarin Chinese word for west, east, coupled with Iceland, now we have Dong Iceland, which I'm not really sure is much better. Similarly, this one I think is supposed to be second tone, rising tone, for south. That's just Nan Iceland, because again, that letter's missing, so it all just looks a little weird. That one is supposed to be first tone, I think that one's supposed to be third tone. Doesn't really matter too much. Point is, it's all fucking broken either way. So it doesn't matter whether we're trying to get that authentic Icelandic take on things, or more of a Han take on things. Makes no difference, it's broken either way. So overall, I feel like a fool. Anyway, here we are back in Crusader Kings II with Union Godslayer. I'm not putting their names back, is what I was getting at with that, because I don't remember what they are, and I'm not sure I could even type them anyway. So, Land of the Rice and Snow then. So yesterday we reclaimed our provinces. We reclaimed our duchy level title from a man who essentially supplanted us via bureaucracy. We were too young to take on the title of Lord Mayor, and as a result, when our father died very early in a chess with death event, we were relegated to simply Mayor. Now, we did control something like 90% of Iceland. We were missing one castle and one city. The rest of it is ours. Now we're back in control of everything. The only thing we don't directly have control of is the barony of Hoffel, which belongs to our nephew. Wow, that's a brave look. Good lord. So really, it doesn't matter too much. We basically control everything again. And by a series of clever assassinations and political intrigue, getting the guy's wife on board with it, who he had slighted previously, who also happened to be a spy master, with a few bribes there. She managed to blow him up after we kind of paid for it and encouraged that. So we are back in control of the Republic. Now, our big goal with this character, his backstory was, firstly, he was taken on by an apprentice wizard, so of course we've joined the Hermetic Society. We're making good progress through there. We can actually level up almost immediately here. We need 750 esoteric knowledge. We've got 745. And secondly, our goal is to live up, his random backstory did say something like he has to live up to his previous family members who have all been great and powerful men, which we know to be very, very true. Most of them have personally fist-fighted what I would love to do, we're trying to make a name for this guy, as almost every single person, only one person in the previous 4 characters we've had have failed to get a dynasty, a bloodline here, and that's because they died early. That, of course, being our grandfather Slovar, who died at the age of 30 from Greatpox, so very unfortunate there. Our goal is to live up to them. I want a whole other bloodline. Let's keep going with this dynasty that we've started. Now, I think there's a couple of ways we can do that. It would be really nice to finally get the Hemo Arc trait, something none of our characters have achieved. That would be something for this guy to really tick off. And the whole kind of wizard backstory that was, again, randomly generated for our D&D backstory generator, kind of hard fit in CK2, but we have been divining from the entrails. We've been having these kind of spiritual visions. I think that ties kind of well into his backstory. And of course, we're getting those entrails from sacrificing people, and that also is bestowing on us, you know, kind of gifts from the gods. So I think it all kind of ties together kind of well. So if we can get Hemo up with this guy, I'll be happy. Also, the main goal I'm going to go for, whilst we're out there, of course, raiding for prisoners, we're going to end up with a load of gold. And we're going to end up with a load of gold either way, let's be frank. But I would love to get the City of Wonder. 2,000 gold, 10,000 prestige, and we can convert the Icelandic harbour, what is now Dong Island, we can convert that to a City of Wonder, which would be absolutely incredible to see. I've never personally seen that before, ever, in Crusader Kings II, so that would really be a sight to behold, and that is going to be exactly our goal. Now, to do that, it's going to be quite tricky. Apologies that this intro has been kind of winding here. Oh, we apparently also built our trade post in Middlesex in London there. That's quite nice. Let's go ahead and rank up for a start. Now, the way we're going to do that is through raiding. But the problem is we've got the ships. We've got a lot of boats, actually. But we don't have the manpower. So we're going to try and with the kind of first lot of gold we get today, we'll invest that into... House God's Slayer was looted? No. Oh, I guess it was, huh? God knows how that happened. We're going to use that to upgrade our house, which will give us a lot of troops, and the military warehouse, I believe it is, gives a massive amount of retinue as well, like a gigantic amount of retinue. With that, between that and the boats, and our troops from here, we should be able to raid wherever the hell we want. We will be an unstoppable force sweeping through Europe. And to be honest, Merchant Republic plus raiding is essentially playing CK2 with cheat codes. My lord, begins a note from my chief minister, Patrician Zhu Zhangqi. The writing of your manuscript has come to a halt. Of course, we are writing a book as well on the glory of the gods. As again, kind of tying to our spiritual, magical wizard side of our backstory. We're going for these ethereal realms. He recommends investing in more scribes or risk a lower quality work. Because we're a lunatic, we can offer to help compose it ourselves. That's interesting. Very few times does lunatic lend itself well to good work outcomes, so to speak, because we are batshit crazy. But I guess we're lunatic in the right places. Alright, perhaps I can help. Let's hope that goes well in our favour. We've written some really good books so far, so... there you go. Honoured Neophyte Yu Ning, I hereby grant you permission to advance to the next rank within the Hermetic Society. That gives us access to scrying, so we can now do mystical divination. Again, ties into our wizardly backstory. And we can also brew a potion of eudaimonia, which could be very, very good. Enables right-clicking the portrait of any character who is stressed or depressed to make them a potion that raises their spirit. So essentially removes the trait, can go wrong as far as I recall, in exchange for esoteric knowledge. So we can cure our stress if we get 2 ingredients as well for 150 esoteric knowledge. That's really cheap. So when is it we can go looking for ingredients? Oh, can we just do that whenever? Am I misremembering? Oh yeah, apparently so. Your apprentice, we just needed an apprentice. That's why it was disabled. So we can go out and look for ingredients whenever. I've called upon my apprentice, my wife, to help me gather ingredients that are needed for further studies of the mysteries of the world. But first I need to decide what kind of ingredients we'll need. So these kind of are based on a few things. I guess we'll go to the marketplace because we have... They can also result in, of course, different ingredients, which may have different uses. So herbs in the hills will lead you to get herbs. Hunting for animal parts will give you, like, deer eye and shit like that. Boar anuses or whatever else it is you collect in World of Warcraft. And then useful materials in the marketplace, that'll be like your Aqua Regia and crap like that. So let's go for that one. And I think, as a guy with 23 martial, that might be the safest option here. The stores around us are brimming with different kinds of goods and people are swarming around us. My wife, I'm never going to say her name because I have no idea how to say her name. My wife and I look at each other in the eyes, nodding. We know that we will need to be thorough in our search and excellent in our haggling if we want to make some good deals here. Our charismatic touch brings forth the best wares the lowest prices. You don't want the very best, you want cheap. Did we actually get anything, though? Ah! Oh, nice work. My chief minister has improved relations with this Godi. Good news. Oh, there you go. We've had Gesta Danorum added to our treasury. Very nice. My brother, says my wife. That's very concerning. As you know, she means like brother in the metaphorical sense. Brothers in the hermetic arts. As you know, we're always in need of more ingredients to perform experiments. Gather ingredients. Okay. Wow, that was very good timing. So we're immediately going on this quest again. Normally it goes on cooldown for a while, but we've timed that pretty much perfectly. Well, now we'll go gather some herbs in the hills. How about that? That's based on your learning stat, I believe. Navigating the different scents and smells of the town square at this hour can be confusing. Still, we managed to find some good quality ingredients. Oh, so that's from the first quest. Oh, interesting. And then, our combined knowledge will be useful in identifying the plants in the countryside. We got gold as well. Hey, that's nice. And silver. What is Gesta Danorum? Wait, is that not an ingredient? Because it doesn't have that ingredient prefix. Gesta Danorum. Oh, we've got a strange chest we've got to crack open at some point. Gesta Danorum. Am I going mad? I can't even fucking see it. Ingredient silver, ingredient gold. Maybe it's a book? I can't see it at all. Perhaps I am losing my mind. Ah, there it is. Gesta Danorum. Well, that's very good. Sverker of Land wrote it. A book about the Danes. Oh, that makes a lot of sense in hindsight. Diplomacy +3, learning +1. That's actually very nice. What books have we got equipped? We could get rid of some of those and swap them out, I suppose, given that we're not really going to be going to war or anything like that. What books do we have equipped? We've got too many books. I do need to go through our treasury properly at some point and dump a lot of it. None of these ones count as books. City of God. Oh, the Lusty Frankish Maid. Of course. And of Dreams of Another World, the book we wrote on Oblivion. What's our final book then? Oh, the Classic of Poetry. That gives learning +2. To be honest, I would probably drop the Lusty Frankish Maid? Diplomacy, sex appeal. Get rid of that. I mean, we've got to play the carrots, right? And the guy wants to be a genius. Or at least live up to his predecessors through the means of magic. So equipping this one that gives a learning bonus is far more sensible. And it gives a massive diplomacy bonus too. Oh, it's done! No way! It fucking worked! My stupid melting pot culture worked. The influence of the East has been prominent in your realm since its conception. And now it's indisputable that the language and customs of the Han people have had a profound impact on the Norse culture. Shall we call ourselves Nan or Horse? Loads of people in fucking Discord made that joke. Loads of you in the comment section made that joke. You're not original, okay? You were like, oh, you should call it Horse, you should call it Nan. No. So I've gone with neither. I've gone for Hanorse, which is hideous and wrong, but it's good enough. So we become Hanorse, and Dong Islam becomes Hanorse as well. Oh, look at that. Very bizarre. So we're now this weird melting pot culture. And the culture itself is a combination of, get this, Han and Norse. Some of the strengths, not all of them, of both of them combined here. So we get things like the technology from the Han side of things, the grace, the prestige from the Norse side of things, that is, and then the kind of reinforcement rate, the heavy infantry. We get archers from the Han side of things. It's a mixture of the two. So that's quite nice. It means you can't min-max as well because of them, but that's okay. So let's try and settle. So only we converted, right? She's Jurchin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We need to try and convert our people. And there's a couple of ways we can do that. Let's invite some nobles to our court. Let's get a steward in as soon as possible. We do need a new steward anyway. And we'll get this new steward who should spawn in our culture. Here you go. Dan. The names as well, by the way, are a combination of Norse and... a smith, though. That doesn't sound very authentic. I might fuck something up there. But the names are a combination. Half of them are Norse, half of them are Han, for reference. So there he is, Dan Smith. Just about the most blockhead fucking Anglo-Saxon name that could have possibly spawned in. I don't know why his last name is Smith. I feel like I may have fucked up the dynasty names. Don't worry about it. If they all spawn in called Smith, I need to change that. It's not as if I've been able to test it, because the melting pot cultures are purely random and weird kind of scenarios here. Thank you, Dan Smith. That classic Chinese name. Let's put you in... Oh, he's shit, though. Can we invite someone better? Hello. Ah, yes, of course. Hawker Smith. Still terrible. I'm going to keep employing these Smiths until one of them is good. Mr. Smith, how's it going? There you go. That's the guy. Ambitious, gregarious, zealous, Midas touched. Excellent. Bring him on. Mr. Anderson. The best part about being me is that there are so many of me. Oh, we can't settle tribe anymore because we're not tribal. Moron. Okay, how do you culturally convert places? I really do not remember. Ah. You just rule over it for a while and then you get the civilized peasants pop up, don't you? I'm fairly certain. Well, our new culture is in a very tantalizing place because this is the only. Sorry, let me just hover over that for a second. Let the joke settle in. There you go. You're welcome. It's in a very dangerous place because we are the only person who has flipped over. We're like the bringer of this culture. And the people have heard of the splendor. The people have naturally developed as we have. But our courtiers, the neighboring provinces, this is the beginning of a cultural revolution. We have to make it work. So let's see what happens here. Now, as with... I did add all of the regular melting pot event chains to this weird little mod we've got going on. In theory, my building should have worked too. Did it work? Berserkers. North Germanic. We're not cultural group North Germanic, so I don't know why it thinks that. Shit. Did I not set that up properly? Am I losing... Oh, I'm losing my mind. It's okay. Don't worry. You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't actually remember what I've done. Maybe I only added it to the tribal buildings like an idiot. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Either way, we'll get pop-ups occasionally with some of our vassals being impressed by our splendor, which is a base game event that, of course, I've adapted to fit our culture. Certain provinces might just convert randomly. That's how melting pots work in CK2. Otherwise, you'd never see things like English popping up from Anglo-Saxon and Norman cultures merging and Norse as well. You wouldn't see... Swedish, Danish, Norwegian popping up for long, so they'd just be assimilated again by Norse. So it's intentional that melting pot cultures are supposed to spread. Ginger root. Is that all we got? That was a bit pathetic, wasn't it? And I spent all that money on all those bloody Smiths. Your soldiers accidentally burst into the wrong person's house to make an arrest. It was an awkward situation. Oh, shit. At least no one was hurt. Or pay that person a bit of money as an apology. It's 5 gold for a 10% chance of being a just ruler. What we need right now is to impress our people and our vassals with this Han Norse elegance and grandeur. We did not get just, unfortunately, but I think it's a good start. My half-brother, Rigi Godslayer, is asking to press his claim on Ostrogothia. What? Have you got a claim on Ostrogothia? He's got a claim on Sweden? Because his grandfather was the Jarl of Sweden. Oh. Okay. I mean, not right now. We've got bigger fish to fry, and we want to go raiding. I'm sorry. Although it will bring prestige, it'll bring it to him and not me. So you can fuck off. Wow. Let's have a blot, then. No, we haven't got any prisoners. Don't have a block quite yet. Let's wait. What's this? Dismiss guards. Oh, right. Get out. Yeah, we don't even have a warehouse. We don't need that. Let's focus on upgrading the capital then. Like I said, or not the capital, but the warehouse. Let's get that new smith that we've got. Sorry, new steward called Smith. Yuan Heng Smith is so fucking good. That's incredible. Let's get him overseeing construction. Let's see if we can crack on with this a little faster. Yeah, that'll do it. I'll start with the military warehouse. That way, when we get a little spare cash, if we're waiting for something to build, not that we ever will be, of course, we can crack on with... Oh, that also gives stewardship. That might allow us to hold all of our provinces. We can crack on with... It does. Hey, look at that. Also reinforcing the retinue as soon as possible. Not that we'll have any money for that. Oh, you fuckers. So my ship sank. Oh. Palace Garden. Cultural technology points. I could fuck with that. I think the wine cellar is just a good early one to get. That also upgrades into catacombs that gives marshal. So these also have stat bonus buildings as our capital will have. Oh, we've got that back now. What do we need to upgrade that? That'd be nice to get, wouldn't it? Some extra stat bonuses there. 89 gold. Is that really all we need? Whoa. Small, middle, big, huge, and Hargeb Stad 1.5. Huh. Okay. 89 gold. Man, I wish we could get a bit more cash. We're only making 103 gold per month. I suppose we could go raiding now. It's a little dangerous because none of our troops are reinforced. Here, lazy. Train my troops, you fucker. We need to get out there and raid a little bit faster. I'm going to leave Stronger Godslayer here. We could go out and study tech. We're already making more tech than probably anyone else. But I think keeping him here to try and uncover plots would be far more beneficial to our long-term survival. What have you got for me? Still the blot. You know, forget about it. Hello, my dear friend. It pains me to have to ask you to join my war. Did we not just end a war with you yesterday? This is Queen Morag, the lady we made friends with on a trade expedition. I'll send her some money. 350 gold. Nope, can't help you. I'm not sending her 350 gold. You can piss off. Ah, nice. Your marshal has instituted a massive recruitment drive in Dong Eastland. Great news. That's 50% on top of our levy reinforcement rate. That's good. We should have a fighting force in no time. I have 5,611. This is good. This is very good. So this guy we're trying to antagonize because he spread false rumors about us. I'll teach you a fucking lesson, you Yanbo. You're a disgraceful patrician. Minus 40 opinion. Yeah, fuck him. What a dickhead. Oh, this is a cool event. Wow, this is another one of the business focus events. There are kind of 3 major business focus events, if I'm remembering correctly. There's a trade expedition, and then there's this one, and then there's another one where we build a big building. But I won't spoil that one yet. You wake up and go to the window to greet the sun, and then suddenly realize your castle garden has been neglected for years and turned into an overgrown and chaotic disgrace. The weeds are knee-high. Bruh, nice. And the vines are making it almost impossible without having a sword at hand. Something needs to be done about this. Shall we make it into a real garden with a glorious hedge maze, or shall we say there's so little time? Of course. In honor of the current RimWorld series on the main channel, we will build ourselves a fucking hedge maze. Let's do it. Oh, hold on, I've got an itchy nose. Alright, I'm good. It's hard work to clean out all the weeds from such a huge garden. It'll take many days and nights of hard labor to finish the preparatory work before we can even begin to grow the hedge maze. I'll do it myself. 50% chance of gaining diligent. I've got some bad news there, fella. Or I can acquire a helping hand. Hawker Smith. You know what, fellow hand Norseman? Let's acquire a helping hand. We've already got diligent. We might as well make a friend out of it. Work together on it. Hopefully it'll be half the time. Now that the hedges are planted, you just need to wait for them to grow. You turn your attention to the other details that your garden needs. Should you add some statues to the dead ends of your mazes? I'll add some magnificent statues of my family. We gain proud, which I think is fair enough with this character, given that he is obsessed with his predecessors and trying to become their equal. That would cost us 863 gold. We can add statues of religious figures. Statues of Odin and Thor and maybe the Filkar, I don't think so. 863 gold again, or the Shadow's enough decoration for the dead ends. Obviously, we have to pick one of these. I do think that the Pride serves this guy's backstory a little bit better, even though you could kind of argue gods, mystical, wizards, whatever. I think this one works a lot better. So let's go for that. Sink us into a shitload of debt. My coffers are empty, but the coffers of my vassals are full. They have an obligation to their liege. Shall we ask for 250 gold, 50 gold, or 10 gold? We'll ask for 250 gold. Fuck it. She has approved your request, but she made sure to emphasize that the action is a favor and you should remember it. We now owe her a favor, but we got 250 gold out of it, and to be honest, she's not going to be able to do anything political that will harm us. Oh! Ah, right, shit. The construction of all great works within our realm have been paused. Yeah, that makes sense. And any garden with a self-respect has a fountain. Someone told you once. Now you have the possibility to build a fountain for your garden to flaunt your extravagance. Should we build a fountain in the middle for 1,439 gold? Again, it's based on your monthly income, and our monthly income is gigantic right now, so it's very expensive. Shall we build a fountain of wine that shall flow through it all days of the week? That permanently gives us fountain, giving +1 monthly prestige. Now, +1 monthly prestige is kind of huge. That's 10% to our total prestige. But it will cost us 4,300 gold. I cannot justify that, as incredible as it would be. That would put us in debt for so long. We might as well wait 20 years before we do anything with this guy, you know? So let's just... I'm not even sure I can justify the regular fountain. Let's just say it's not worth spending money on. It's time for breakfast. When you make your way to the main eating hall where your courtiers assemble, you notice they're looking at you strangely. Then you realize you did not properly put on your clothes and parts of your lower body are showing. How embarrassing. Are you telling me you ran to the breakfast hall, a hungry boy, with your cock a-flopping, and you didn't notice until someone pointed it out? What a strange man he is. Better run back to my room and readjust that. Brilliant. Awkward encounter in public for a year, lowering our diplomacy. What a dickhead. What an absolute moron. It's time to fill out the rows of plants around the garden. You can either import exotic flowers from far away or plant local species. The local flora is as beautiful as any flower can be, or let's import flowers to bring that exotic flavor. Nah, I'll be honest, it doesn't really add anything. So I think we're just going to say the local flora is as beautiful as any flower can be. That's pride for pride's sake, and unfortunately, what would be even more prideful would be to have a fucking army to burn down most of Europe and bring back their gold. There's a spot in an unused section of the garden. Some people would say it's a perfect spot for a cozy pavilion. That sounds romantic. Let's do it. We got a pavilion, permanently giving general opinion +3. Nope, too romantic for my taste. Can't afford it, I'm afraid. Fuck off. The hedge maze and gardens are finally finished. A complex hedge maze such as this is sure to grab the attention of people across the realm. We are greedy. Sorry, I should have said that there is a good justification for that. We are greedy. While creating the garden, you also learn much about how you can make things grow and flourish around you. Flowers, as well as relationships. Do we like to see things flourish? Do we want to give the gardener trait? Stewardship +2, learning +1. And you know what? A gardener trait for a guy who is going to be gathering a lot of ingredients, a lot of herbs. Bear in mind, you can only have 2 hobbies, maximum. Gardener would be one of those 2. But it does give +2 stewardship and +1 learning. And for a Merchant Republic guy who is also working on his learning, that does work very, very nicely. We will be a gardener. I have decided. And even more hilarious would it be if we had become a gardener and also a hemoarch, sacrificing hundreds of people en masse. That would be fantastic. You've been presented with an opportunity to let everyone be reminded of your rulership, my favourite CK2 event. If you wish to mint new coins for your realm, there is a master of craft that you can hire. Not only will the mintage be exquisite, it will be adorned with a glorious portrait of you. Mint the coins for glory. Now this is kind of hard, because we are both greedy, but we are also proud. Would we trade gold for pride, or pride for gold? Debase the mints with the less precious metals for profits. We gain 100 gold and 100 prestige. We gain greedy guaranteed. There's a 25% chance we get deceitful, but there's also a chance people can find out that the coins are fake. Let's try and get both. Let's try and get both. We're greedy and we're prideful, so we definitely mint the coins, but I think we'd also trim a little bit off, so to speak. Let's just hope we fucking get away with it. My wife is pregnant, but I was away, wasn't I? Doubt besets me. Ah! An enterprising captain in command of one of your galleys has discovered several new markets along foreign shores. Rule of acquisition number 62. The riskier the road, the greater the profit. Get 100 gold. Why, thank you. And we'll sink that, of course, right back into our castle. Did we get paranoid? We didn't. I've thought it over, and I cannot be the father of my wife's baby. As it grows in her belly, I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to risk. Should we hire someone to find out? I think our pride would dictate in this situation. Absolutely, we could. Pride, and we're stressed. Let's hire someone. Let's find out. I think it is definitely not the right option to investigate. The maid I hired has not found anything suspicious about my wife's pregnancy. Do we say that's a relief? Do we confront her directly? Do we hire more spies for 20 gold? Or do we lay a trap for her? I think our guy would just say, you know, do we like her? Yeah, we've got 80 opinion of her. We like her. Maybe he was being a bit paranoid. His pride blinded him a little bit to hire a maid, but he's all right with it, I think. I think we're going a little overboard with that one. The pregnancy has caused my wife to develop quite unusual tastes. Most of what she asks for dinner nowadays ranges from mildly unsettling to positively revolting. Still, scholars do agree that a pregnant woman's cravings should always be accommodated. I have no money to spend on this nonsense. So, do we say quail's leg, hare's head, or fish's eye? Here, have a quail's leg, dear. So, all of these can potentially increase the chance of a negative trait spawning on your child. So, quail's leg gives club-footed. Hare's head, I believe, can give, was it like cleft lip or something like that? And then fish's eye, what does that give? I don't remember. I don't remember what that one gives, so I'm going to give her that one because that sounds like the safest choice. Fish eyes, absolutely ram full of protein. My half-sister, Shuzen Wachitsky, keeps asking me to press a climb in Ostrogothia. Absolutely not. We've been over this with our other brother. Not saying that she's a brother, of course. I'm just saying that our sibling. Sibling's the word. If only that was a word to describe exactly that thing I was just talking about. Oh, my liege, the construction work being done is coming along well under the meticulous eyes of a master builder. Fantastic. That lowers our... Oh, we've got gems there too. Very nice. That lowers our build cost by a little bit. Sorry, build time? Doesn't really matter either way, does it? Right. Let's get this house finished and let's send our troops out. We don't really need more galleys, but fuck it. We're going to build it all anyway, right? That's the goal. Oh! Zhu died. Oh, shit. Wait, he's got a castle? He's got Orkney. Whoa. One of the patricians has ascended above being a regular baron. They are now a count-level character. Crazy. Okay. It's good tradition to have gossips around a pregnant woman in order to keep her calm and distracted. Sure, send some maids. Oh, God, my money. I just want some fucking troops. Carl, take over. Carl, you need to save this round, man. My family's going bankrupt. University in Vienna. Seeing the success of universities in Bologna, Oxford, Salamanca, and Paris, the people of Vienna have decided to institute their own centre for higher learning. Brilliant. You know what I'd like? A new wave of gold so that I can keep building my bloody castle. I mean, I'm going to build it all anyway. Probably not the artifact vault, to be honest, because again, that cuts into taxes. He is the most disgraceful patrician. How dare he spread rumors about me? He's also an impaler and cruel. He's a bit of a dickhead. I say that as if we're not going to go out there and try and sacrifice everybody and anybody. Oh, there you go. With many people throughout your realm speaking various combinations of distinct Norse and Han dialects, communication and diplomacy tends to break down more frequently than in other realms. You frequently have to remind your courtiers to speak neither of their native tongues but the new Han-Norse language. Progress is slow. Pooh the Festive became Han-Norse. Great news. Look at that. What a guy. A daughter was born. Oh, another daughter. Birgitta. She's ugly and tall. Alright, Birgitta. I feel like there is no choice but to train you in combat. Because, you know, it's that kind of horrible trope. Have we got a good war? And Laufer. Educate my daughter. Educate my baby in how to swing a sword, damn it. What do you mean she's not doing very well? Right, Palace Garden. If we upgrade that to a scenic pond, we get some diplomacy, some prestige, some tech points. Absolutely, thank you. Then we'll wait and we'll fully upgrade that one. A daughter was born to Riji and Bing Yi, named Bing Yi. Powerful Bing Yi. Holy fuck, that's random outcome, right? It's gotta be. Yeah, neither parent has it. Holy crap, 0.5% chance for that to spawn on a character. Brilliant. Great work, Bing Yi. Again, you would make for a good warrior, I suppose. Let's educate them based on their traits. It's very easy to say, let's just educate everyone in stewardship or whatever and hope that we end up good. Does this guy count as a male family member in court? Your niece. Oh. Another warrior woman. Fine, you know what? I could fuck with that. The men deal with the money and the women deal with the combat. That seems like a good idea. I did say I was going to give them all feudal holdings anyway, right? I like that idea. Okay. We can definitely upgrade another one. It's going to be a lot of building. Building up our forces, mainly. We're building faster than we can reinforce, which is a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong. Retinue cap, 21,000. Oh, shit. It's working. All right. My Chancellor Karl has improved relations with this guy of man. Don't know who he is, but he really doesn't like us, dickhead. Oh! Do you want to become friends with the King of Epirus? Sure. I've encountered neophyte Luci Vieccio many times while carrying out my duties for the Hermetic Society, and it's always a pleasant occasion. We can talk for hours if the time allows, because he never bores me. Yeah, he kind of likes us. He likes us because we've got a man's skull and also a skull cup. Brilliant. Great old blood of Varma the Daft's effect on trusting. Oh, he's trusting and he believes the story of Varma the Daft fighting Cthulhu. And he thinks us highly because our dynasty are Cthulhu slayers. This is friendship. Finally, someone who appreciates us for what we are. This gives us learning. Very nice. Hello. Ooh, an alchemy office. That's fun. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's finish off this building first. Right. Grand Library is built. So that's our mansion. Fully upgraded in the space of about 10 minutes there, which is hilarious. So that's giving learning +3, that's giving intrigue +3, that's giving martial +3, that one's giving diplomacy +3. That one gives only stewardship +2, but it gives a shitload of retinue and other stuff as well. That takes our stats up to gigantic levels. We're past 31 martial. We never fucking well, we have led troops, but we never swung a sword in our life. That's insane. And we have no formal military education either. This is the power. It is true. Money is power. Who could have possibly guessed? It is pay to win. Now my next upgrade, before we build the alchemy lab, which we want to invest a lot into, I'm going to go for middle mayor office. If we can upgrade that once more, I mean, 131 gold in a town. What do we need for the town? City, oh fucking hell, city construction 4, and popular customs 4. Bloody hell, we're miles off of that. Actually, we're not miles off. We are 574% ahead though, so that's going to take a long ass time. Oh yeah, look, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Alright then. Well, if there's any castles we can upgrade, of course we did build a spare castle, which has ended up being the right decision now that we need a shitload of troops. I guess we'll save our money for retinues at this point. Bearing in mind we can't build retinues. Yu Yambo the Cruel. No, that's the guy I'm trying to piss off, you moron. Bearing in mind retinues now, we can't build out of prestige because we're not tribal, so we've got to spend money on it. Raiders. What's a good raid? I mean, mass still. When you're raiders, you just need as many fucking troops as possible. But with an army size of 21, a retinue cap of 21,000, I don't think we'll have enough boats. Although we do have, what? Look at that, like 223 boats now? Shit. That could be 2,200 prestige per raid, assuming we fill it. Oxford University, hello. In the recent years, the necessity for an educated clergy has brought the creation of larger, more organised schools. One such school in Oxford has achieved particular prominence from students across England are flocking to take advantage of its teachings. If only I had the time. That one might be another university we could go to, because that's obviously decently close to us, particularly compared to every other one. Particularly compared to fucking China, where some of our predecessors have gone to. Anyway, I would love to go, like raiding cavalry seems nuts. 500 troops, 2,900 cap, so we can make like 8 of them, right? Don't check the maths on that. It's very late at night right now as I'm recording this. We can make 8 of them, roughly, which is only like 4,000 troops. That's not very good. But again, mass is 1-to-1. 1 troop per 1 cap. So that gives us 21,000 troops. How many boats do we have again? My god, we've actually got enough boats to carry all of them. We could potentially be out there raiding with 21,000 troops, which is fucking ludicrous. It will cost us a fortune in gold to pay for that much, but the money we could potentially get back from it is borderline insane. If we play this right, we could rake in every bit of gold in the world. There wouldn't be anywhere. We could go and raid Paris and they wouldn't be able... Would they be able to stop us at this stage? Well, not given they're splintered. Kingdom of Germany, how many troops you got? 18,000 men. We could put more raiders in their capital than they could ever raise. Oh no. A dirty gurgle in my tum-tum. Carl, is it flu again? To alleviate the pain, Carl lit 3 candles and had you join hands with him. After a moment's silence, you repeat some words in a language you did not understand. God, I hired, Carl. You're a moron. You're an absolute moron. Susan Wachitsky had a son with Chief Kindle of the Isle of Man named Sif. Brilliant. Sorry, a daughter. What the fuck is wrong with me? I keep reading daughter as son. Have I lost my mind? Although you can't put your finger on what's wrong, you don't feel right. We have malaise. Oh dear. It is the flu again. Why do all these people keep shitting themselves when they get the flu? That's not a correct side effect. Well, at least in my experience with the flu. Your court physician, Elder Carl, has come to see you and offers a treatment for your illness. My life is in your hands. Like fuck it is, Carl. It's a mild flu. I'm not letting you do some dog shit crazy experiment on me, you madman. As long as you know what you're doing. I agree. I actually feel better. There you go. Successful treatment. A delicious red powder. Thank you. Good. Okay. +2 health. Well, we've now got more health than where we started. So I should point out that isn't health +2. What that actually is it's a little misleading. You obviously can't gain more health than a disease takes away. It restores what is missing up to that amount. It doesn't give you that amount of health. Otherwise, with the mild illness given +1 and that given +2, of course, we'd have net gained 1 health, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Patrician Yu Yambo is notorious for his greed. What sort of person does he think he is? Good old forgery will teach him his... Oh, we actually got cruel. That's okay. I talked about this before, but I think we can justify it for this character. We are an ambitious, proud, greedy man. Cruelty, I think, is part of the package. Let's merge our troops. Speaking of part of the package, where's the fucking sun? We haven't got an heir right now, wife. No pressure. Maybe she's too busy being our apprentice. Maybe we've put too much on her plate. Right. 31 marshal. If we put all of these guys on the center... 31 marshal on the center. It's good. It's not, like, insane. But it is very, very, very good. We would get all the glory and all the prestige. Ooh. Okay, we need to not lead troops when we're not... When we don't need to, you know, go to war or whatever. Otherwise, we'll get a modifier that lowers our fertility. Just as I'd hoped, Patricia New Yambo accepted my gifts and couldn't resist flaunting it to his friend and subjects. I received news that he put himself to shame in front of a foreign envoy when they realized the forgery. Ha ha ha! Dick. Probably shouldn't tantalize a guy who is on the intrigue focus, who wants to kill a man, and is also an impaler by trade. Chiefess Theodorada is planning to open a foreign trade route. How dare you? Give me some money. She will. They fear us. And for good reason, I think, is fair to say. Right, give me some more retinues then. Sod it. Let's go all in on this. Holy crap, what a retinue. How much is this costing me? I mean, it doesn't matter the cost. We can afford it. We're getting 101 gold per month. We could have every cataphract in the Byzantine Empire raised and be good. We are now over our flu, which is great news. We're almost ready to head out. So a lot of preparation. Apologize it's taken so long to get up to this point. Ah, we will be enemies to the end. My work with him is done. Excellent. Teach him a fucking lesson. Now, the second he steps out of line, I'm going to clap his cheek so hard. Let's finish building our retinues, and then we'll construct our laboratory. Which is, right now, in fact, we've done. We need to save up a little bit of cash first. Constructing the laboratory is one of the few event chains in CK2 I know... It's like matrix numbers for me, because I wrote up a full guide, because someone asked me once, and I know every variable, I know every possible outcome, I know how it works, how the scoring works, the whole lot. This is like one of the few events that I'm in. Unfortunately, it's random, so it doesn't... The outcome is literally based on partial randomness. You might just get unlucky and not be able to get the best result, essentially. Hello. Blackmail him. He's our rival too. Make a lot of enemies. But every good ruler needs enemies. Oh, there you go. Good. Shuzen Wachitsky has also converted to Hanorse. Good shit. Honored Grand Mayor. Though I curse your name, I comply with your unfair demand. Keep that sensitive information to yourself. The blackmail was successful. Yeah, fuck you. So now he's not going to join any factions. Factions is something we haven't really had to deal with at all, and we still don't really have to deal with. Vassals can band together. Landed vassals can band together to make factions that might, say, want to adjust certain things within the realm. They will eventually send a demand when there is enough support. If they have, say, over 50% of the realm support, they generally send a demand, and you can comply with that demand and change what it is you want them to change, which might be a simple law change. Say they want control over banishment again to go to the council rather than us, or we can say fuck your demands and maybe go to war over it. It's down to you whether you want to take that risk, basically. So we've got our full army raised and reinforcing. So this is the maximum amount of money it's going to cost us. 42 gold per month. Prohibitive in any other realm besides one. The realm of Iceland. The best realm. Now, these are light infantry, but even if they are light infantry, it's 21,000 light infantry led by a guy with 31 fucking marshal. I think we'll be fine. Let's go write a theorem paper for sure. I face the daunting task of researching and writing an entire theorem paper to be reviewed by my peers. Shall we spend 1,444 gold to try and get the greatest theorem paper possible? Shall we make a regular decent effort and save that much money? I'm not going to spend that money. Shall we ask for help from people around us? With the help of some other bright minds, we won't be able to stand a better chance of success. Or, with our high intrigue, shall we copy someone else's work? I think we use our diplomacy here. Let's ask for some help. We don't want to get caught and kicked out of the order for plagiarism. That would just be terrible. Let's build that laboratory then. That's something that we can actually do now. So construct laboratory. 50 gold to kick things off. A truly useful laboratory can take both time and money to assemble, but without an office dedicated to alchemy, I doubt I'll ever be able to unveil the deepest secrets of the world. Finally, that magic that we saw in a forest all those generations ago is coming full circle. It's all time fuckery. For science. Of course for science. And for glory. Secrecy is of great importance to the experiments I'll perform in my laboratory. Secrecy is of great importance as the experiments I'll perform in my laboratory may both frighten the ignorant and tantalize my fellow alchemists. To keep intruders away, laboratories are often built deep within a castle, but, and this is a big hint here about this vent chain, a more accessible building would likely be more efficient. So, it's kind of, at least but before I knew this event chain inside out, I always thought that the guarded compound on an island sounded the best, like a big secret lab. The best option to try and get the best lab is the one hinted at. Let's build an efficient and accessible office for research. Your secrets will not be as well guarded, but is the most efficient. So we're going to go for that one. We're already on a fucking island. What are we worried about? Godslayer Rugi is left to go and carve out a fortune of his own. He's now an adventurer out there trying to press a claim, I suppose. In order to heat and transform the metals and other substances, I require furnaces of differing temperatures and flames of different types. The alchemical texts speak of various setups that could be beneficial. Shall we aim higher than any of those who have come before me? So we've got a choice of a modest setup, a small but varied setup for 20 gold, for 35 gold a state-of-the-art laboratory, or I will aim higher than any have come before me, of course. We'll build an experimental setup with as many furnaces, basins, and other contraptions as can be reasonably fitted. Of course, we will aim the highest we possibly can. So, not all pottery is suited for the kind of alchemical work I do. My experiments require both the porous orange pottery that can absorb the component in the crucible, and the dark, highly fire-resistant pots in which even the strongest metal can be melted. Good quality does come at a high price, however. In time, the locals will rise to the challenge. So we keep it supplied using local pottery, or only the best will be good enough. Of course, we will spend the 20 gold. Oh, wow. It is finished. I've produced an exceptional paper on the mind of Odin. Wow, that's a big work, huh? Send it out, of course. In between building our lab, too. Nice, he's up for a paper on the mind of Odin. This guy has gotten married. A woman named Jan Rong has appeared. This guy's, like, constantly marrying older women, is it? She's not that old. That's what that event was, saying that he's married older women. That's, I guess, his first wife died from. Guy's out there. Oh, is it because he's got the homosexual trait? I think that's it, isn't it? They're like, it's like a cover. I don't entirely remember. Anyway, initiate Yuning. Thank you. Appreciate that one. The glass in which I keep my concoctions is brittle and breaks easily. This may be tolerable for beakers and other dispensable glass, but earlier today a giant alembic shattered into 1,000 pieces. No. I must only ever buy the most expensive and durable glass. I agree. This guy threw out... Oh, a friend threw out our fucking paper. You dickbag. This guy approved it. I think that's enough, though. Oh, it's definitely enough now. There you go. I can't believe that. The local smiths do not seem to appreciate the great care that must be taken to create the kind of tools we need. We must import them, then. Idiot moron Icelandic people. My dear wife and sister in the Hermetic Order, Juha, has stepped forward with an idea of a ritual that might invoke the presence of a divine being. Finally! Magic! The prospect of petitioning the divine itself for knowledge is tantalizing, and the idea was therefore received with excitement by the Order. The ritual will take place in a few weeks' time. We can spend ingredients for a chance to enhance our experience? Of course. We spent silver on it. That seems like a good idea. Sometimes the difference identifying success can be as... Sometimes the difference identifying success... What the fuck does that mean? Sometimes the difference identifying success can be as hard as achieving it. I'm not sure that sentence makes any sense. Many metals and other substances are so alike that only an expert can tell them apart. To avoid mishaps, perhaps it would be best to invest in a rich library. My librarian shall not rest until we have such a collection. Oh, we have summoned a divine. The time for the ritual has come, and your order is congregated in a spacious room. Symbols scatter the floor as you chant your hymns. Initiate Juha is provided with you of all the knowledge. It's very late at night. I can't pass sentences right now. Juha has provided you all with a new special type of incense that she claims is necessary to make the eventual connection with the divine being. Before long, it's permeated the air, and as you inhale more of it, hearing the drone of your fellows' chants, you feel your soul disconnect from your body and begin to ascend. until it seems to connect with something. An entity touches your soul, though you cannot perceive it with any sense other than your mind's eye. It must be the divine being. You have succeeded. You struggle to control your emotions and coalesce all your thoughts into one burning question that you propose to this being. Tell me the operation of the sun, the stars, the gods, or the secrets hidden throughout the world. These all correlate to a stat, but I don't remember what. I believe stars is stewardship, secrets is intrigue, gods is learning, and sun is diplomacy or something like that. But we're going to play the character. I think our guy would want to know the secrets of the gods. Ah, there you go. Our paper's been... Great news, our paper's been accepted. Ah! The divine being has given me cryptic advice on the pursuit of the Theurgy in its many forms, but with ample time spent mulling it over afterwards, I believe I've deciphered what it means. I look forward to putting it to good use. Ah. Learning +1. Wait, what the fuck are we called? Grandmere Godslayer Yuning the wife beater? That's fucked up. Firstly, we have never beat our wife. Is it a rumor that's been spread about us? Oh, that fucker. Well, that's not okay. We need to change that nickname right away. How dare you? I mean, we are a cruel, awful, fucking horrible guy. So, unfortunately, we did not get lucky. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat here. Even though we chose the best option for every event, the most expensive option, we actually only have the second best laboratory. And I know that without even looking at it. After months of hard working and a considerable amount of After months of hard work and a considerable amount of money spent, the laboratory of Godslayer Yuning Jenga-san is the envy of anyone who wishes to delve into the deeper secrets of life. This office of alchemy allows the Grand Mayor to perform any experiment that has so far been documented as a testament to his great ambition in the field. As above, so below. We gain state-of-the-art laboratory, giving +2 learning. Now, the only way to get the higher level than that, and I forget what it's called, the only way to get the higher rank than that, if I remember correctly, is you have to have an ingredient active in your inventory that can rot. Even then, it's not guaranteed, because I believe we have something, don't we? We have some ingredients that could... Yeah, so the one with the ginger root, the violet, all of those are ingredients that are capable of doing that. So you have an ingredient that rots, and then during the event chain, you get an option to build better ingredient storage. We didn't get that by pure random chance. So as a result, we only get a state-of-the-art laboratory, which is obviously still incredible, +2 learning again, and my work has just begun. My new laboratory is the envy of both those that now live and those that came before me. I dare say even Hermes, the thrice blessed himself, would be impressed by this setup I now employ to uncover the secrets hidden throughout the matter. Secrets of matter and spirit. My work has just begun. Still kind of annoyed the fact they're calling us the fucking wife beats. I don't like that at all. Oh my god, we've got so many troops they're dying to attrition. We should probably send them out soon. And we can rank up again. Today's been very Hermetic Society heavy. And I apologize that we haven't gone out there into the world and we've kind of carved out a name for ourselves. But we've got a gigantic army, of which a fifth just fucking died. Good God. Oh, wait, no, it'd be a sixth. Don't check the numbers on that, okay? Wait, was it even that? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's late at night. I'm very tired, if you can't tell. It's been very Hermetic Society heavy, but we built a gigantic army. We have a state-of-the-art laboratory, which might be the highest. I do think I need to double-check now in hindsight to triple-check. I did write that event chain before the last 3 expansions came out, so they might have adjusted it since, but there is definitely a way to do better than what we had, or at least there is a way to get another event in that event chain with the proper ingredient storage, but unfortunately we didn't get it. Either way, though, I'm happy. The only thing I'm not fucking happy with is our awful nickname, like genuinely detestable nickname, so we'll sort that out by killing and slaying everybody in the UK, and hopefully getting that Hemoarch trait. And of course, not to mention, we've got Han-Horse culture. That means that it's working. Great success. Tomorrow, then, how about a City of Wonder?